You've probably noticed I haven't been around much, making videos much, and partly that is because I have a new book coming out, and I've been trying to get Amazon to have the paperback, but it doesn't, so I don't have a link for that yet. So I've been trying to save up content, but here's content, because I am pissed off right now. The other reason I've been kind of MIA from making the YouTube videos here is because I've been playing Helldivers, and I've been playing it off-stream instead of on-stream because, well, it's more fun that way. But I fucking quit. Fuck that game, okay? The game has problems that I genuinely think are inexcusable, okay? I'm not talking about Lamau skill issue, bro. Like, okay, sure. Last patch, Chargers were way too hard to kill. They weren't actually unplayably hard. Oh, 3 Bile Titans spawn on the silo you're trying to defend? Get good, drop a 500 kilogram bomb, grind up to the mech suit. You had options for that. I'm talking about just the actual fucking bullshit that really should not exist in this game. Things like, oh, I don't know, you walk off a cliff to try and get around, pick something up, and you see some bugs, but you actually stand on a bug that was out of sight. So your character is standing on a charger, which means you're not on the ground, which means that the game considers you to be falling, and when you're falling, you can't shoot anything, but you're just stuck, you're caught between the model of the bug and the wall as they massacre you. That's not a skill issue. You know, it's not a skill issue, is trying to pick up drop samples from someone else, and it just doesn't give you an interact button. Where you have to keep, like, moving back and forth, in and out, and here, circle around. Maybe if I try to approach from this angle, maybe the game will give me the interact button so I can pick up these goddamn samples. Because they're the most fucking difficult collectible I've ever encountered in a game. Is fucking common samples, man. I'm going to complete the Warbond progression before getting 3 ship modules at this rate. Because nobody's collecting them. And partly, it's because when someone dies with them, you can't pick them up. I'm not talking about like, oh, Lamau, a stalker came up behind you and tentacle mangled your ass and ragdolled you into a pool. No, I can deal with that. I just can't literally get the E button to show up so I can pick up the samples I'm standing on. There's also the reload lag issue where if you aren't the host, there's like a 1 in 10 chance that it just doesn't switch, it just doesn't accept the reload button, and you're standing there waiting for your guy to reload, but he's not reloading. And you have to be careful with jamming the reload button, because if you throw out a half-used clip, you threw out the whole clip. That's how they do ammo. I think that's a good mechanic, except for the fact that you can find yourself standing face-to-face with a swarm of bugs, only to learn that actually you haven't been reloading and you still don't have any bullets to shoot them with. Which I guess would be okay if you could turn around and run, except now that they're spamming chain locks tremors that just unavoidable slow you down, turn off sprint. They were supposed to do that to the bugs as well, but no, just not. The bugs catch up to you. It doesn't matter. So, alright, so what do you do? So you can jump away, you know, the Terminids are a melee faction, mostly. You can just dive away from them, get up, and start sprinting, except if you are, like, outside of a 20-degree window from the way you're laying, you actually can't stand up. Why is standing up from prone inconsistent? And I don't mean, oh, there's bugs on top of me. I'm talking about, like, the time it takes to get off the ground is practically random. Why is that a game mechanic? Why is that something players have to put up with? The world effect of tremors is cancer. Well, I guess you can do something about that. I guess, you know, the only playable sentry in the game at this point is the EMS mortar strike, because it's like the only one that you can use that doesn't team kill everyone. Because it has purposefully lethal friendly fire settings where it will prefer to bomb your friends instead of, say, I don't know, mortar striking the tanks. That would make more sense. But maybe the people in the comments are going to sit here and just go, oh, skill issue, James. Skill issue. I don't think these are skill issues. These are just bad game design on the mechanic level. It is the interface with the game is cancer. I like having to do control and play Dance Dance Revolution to get your superpower stratagems in, but I don't like getting stuck looking at the map. And maybe there's an argument that you shouldn't always be able to see the map, but that's another input that gets dropped to lag. I'm fucking done. The stupid thing is, these are things that I'm complaining about could be fixed in a lunch break if they had a programmer who wanted to fix these things. These were intentional design choices the game developers made. The fact that it takes significant time between clicking the interact button to pick up samples and you being able to shoot again was an intentional choice by the game designer when it is the most important collectible in the game that you can't reliably walk over to and pick up. What they could do is they could just increase the pickup radius on that and decrease the animation time. And the game would work perfectly. It would take them 5 fucking minutes to fix that. And players would just have a significantly easier time. They could focus on the fact that they're trying to play on difficulty 7 so they can get their super samples, and that means having 7 Bile Titans on the map at any given time, because hey, gotta make the game difficult somehow, right? Gotta be challenging these players. It's a Helldive, isn't it? I don't think it's unfair to be asking for basic quality of life shit. Not to mention, because the way they do the drop-in, you can get stuck inside the terrain. I spent an entire extraction stuck inside the extraction tower because that's where someone dropped my reinforcement speed. Now, that's the kind of glitch that just happens in video games sometimes. But they do other things that are known decisions that are skill issues that make the game frustrating. Things like, oh, there's a bug nest. Let me throw a grenade to turn off the generator on the nest. Yeah, that's a common mechanic. You know what sucks ass, though? It's throwing a grenade at the generator, only for when the grenade is mid-air, a bug spawns at the face of the generator and headbutts the grenade back at me, killing me. There was no bug when I threw it. Mid-air, bug spawns and pops it back at me. Not to mention that there's typically 7 holes in a nest and you can only have 4 grenades. So if you didn't bring a grenade launcher, you need 3 other people to join you. But hey, you can trust randos to come over and clear a nest, can't you? No, you can't. So what, you call in the resupplies and run around trying to avoid the 7 chargers that are on your ass because you're trying to get grenades to actually go down the fucking nest holes and not get popped out by the swarming hunters constantly? Oh, well, just get good with shooting. You've got the warriors coming at you. You can just headshot them and kill them in one hit. But they're bugs. So even if you cut their head off, they'll still swarm at you and attack you. And you don't actually know if they have an attack left in them to attack you with. So you just have to treat them like they're alive. You know what? That is a skill issue. But it's fucking frustrating. It's into the realm of acceptable frustrating. But if the game is designed to have acceptable frustrating, it really can't have the other kind of frustrating where it just won't fucking take my key inputs. I guess that's the end of my rant. You can still buy Gamma Coin here. It's a great cyberpunk book. It doesn't have much to do with being a super marine dropping into war zones. So you can check out the book club I did a couple weeks ago on Armor by John Stakely. That was a great conversation, and I hope that at the end of this month there'll be another great conversation because the book club, link in the description, is going to be reviewing Solomon Kane by Robert E. Howard. I gotta find another video game. At least it's the same spring sale.